Diary of a Wimpy Kid end? The downfall of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. For some reason, I keep getting videos like this on my recommended, in which people are basically saying Jeff Kinney just needs to stop the series because the quality has gotten too low. Well, I respectfully disagree. I can't believe they're trying to cancel you, Greg. Now, I've made videos on my channel before talking about how Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a series that's kind of declined in quality, although it's not necessarily in the way where each book consistently gets worse than the previous one. Just in terms of quality levels, you're going up and down, but overall it is headed more in the down direction. So is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series plummeting into the deep end? See what I did there? To put it simply, no. People look at many problems, in this case it being the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series not being as good as it used to be, and they just go with a simple solution, which in this case is just stop the series, stop making more books. But just because it's the easiest solution and it's easy to think of, that doesn't make it the best solution. The right solution would be for Jeff Kinney to just make better quality books.
Knowledge.
I mean, even if he needed like 2 years to make a book now, I would accept it if it made it better quality. Now, one thing I really wish Jeff Kinney would do is just put Greg in high school. Stop doing the whole floating timeline thing where Greg's always in middle school, and put him in high school so he's in different situations, he kind of grows up, and we get to see new parts of his life. Because I understand having him in middle school means you can just keep having that target younger audience, but then once the audience grows up, they're not going to continue reading it, whereas you can have lifetime fans by putting him in high school and then maybe even college age, and just kind of see where it goes from there. But Jeff Kinney is just continuing to keep Greg in middle school forever, so it turns into this situation where it's hard to keep coming up with new ideas, and so instead of leaning into the relatable type of humor, now it's just more outlandish where the family's going on crazy adventures and wacky, unrelatable stuff happens.
Disappointed!
That's just kind of a generalization of it though. It's not like it's all terrible. It's actually still pretty funny. Better than 99% of books. Just not SSSS plus tier that the original books were in. But just because Jeff Kinney wants to keep Greg in middle school doesn't mean he has to keep doing these wacky adventure books. If you think about it, it's been a while since we've just had a normal book with Greg in school. I thought that's what No Brainer was going to be like, but then it just turned into wacky stuff about the school falling apart. But I feel like there's more relatable stuff that they can do with Greg at his school or interacting with his family that still haven't been explored yet. It could just be harder for Jeff Kinney to relate to the current kids these days. But honestly, if he just spent some time on the internet watching those like relatable YouTube shorts of things everyone did as a child, maybe that would give him a better idea. And also, Greg's relationships with different characters throughout the series haven't changed too much. Basically has the same opinion of all his family members as he did at the start of the series, and in terms of friends, it's pretty much just been him and Riley, and when it comes to making other friends, he either just fails to impress them, or he thinks they're weirder than him. But it would be nice to add like multiple people to the friend group, not just him and Riley, and then there's more of an interesting dynamic. Something like the Big Nate series where Nate has 2 main friends, but even more friends in kind of the whole friend group. Anyways, those were just some vague ideas for what direction the series could head in. My point overall is just that the series can still exist. It just needs to be better quality.
I think I made myself real clear when I said what I just said.
And hopefully with the 20th book coming out, it'll be a big landmark with some callbacks to previous books, the return of characters we haven't seen in a while. But also I hope it's the start of a new phase of better quality Wimpy Kid books. Although realistically speaking, it's probably about Greg's birthday party going wrong in just an insanely crazy way. Now obviously, if the book series ever were to end, we've had enough Diary of a Wimpy Kid stories over the years that will entertain generations of kids. But I mean, if the series ended after 1 book, that's still enough entertainment to last for generations of kids. Technically, any sequel to a book or movie is useless unless there's like a cliffhanger that needs to be resolved. But if the story is compelling and it's good enough that it's worth your attention, while it's technically unnecessary, it's still worth getting. I mean, could you imagine if the second Wimpy Kid book sucked and people demanded that Jeff Kinney ended the series, even though he still had a lot of great ideas? So I just really hope the lower quality Wimpy Kid books were just kind of a phase. I mean, the last exceptionally good Wimpy Kid book was probably The Meltdown, if I'm being honest. But overall, there's not a single book in the series that's not worth reading. Some are just better than others. And I think I've talked about Wimpy Kid enough. You get the idea. Let me know in the comments section down below if you think the series should end or keep going. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.